Big breaking and developing news regarding WWE founder and TKO executive chairman Vince McMahon, because as first reported by the Wall Street Journal, yet again more allegations have been made against the TKO executive chairman, this time in the form of a lawsuit filed today that accused McMahon, WWE, and also former executive vice president of talent relations John Laurinaitis of several allegations. We've got all of the details in this developing and breaking news story. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And the big developing and breaking news story this afternoon regards once again WWE founder and TKO executive chairman Vince McMahon, as the Wall Street Journal, of course, that being the outlet that broke all of the stories about the allegations made against the former WWE CEO back in 2022 that led to his initial retirement from the company, have once again resurfaced, this time in the form of a lawsuit filed today. Obviously, due to the nature of the allegations made against McMahon in this lawsuit, we're going to say trigger warning and viewer discretion obviously be advised, because some of the language and some of the descriptions in this are quite graphic, but it comes from the Wall Street Journal and it's incredibly serious allegations. Of course, TKO Group Holdings had made reference in recent SEC filings that McMahon was still under investigation, and being aligned or associated with McMahon could lead to damage to the company due to these investigations still going on surrounding him, possible legal investigations going on to him, civil suits, which it looks like this is going to be the case. In addition to that, a federal search warrant was executed at his premises last year as well. But this is based on a lawsuit filed today. As I mentioned, this comes from the Wall Street Journal, and the title of the article says, Vince McMahon accused of sex trafficking by WWE staffer he paid to keep quiet. The subtitle reads as follows: Janelle Grant files a lawsuit saying McMahon pressured her into sex with him and other men at WWE, raising questions about 2022 board probe into CEO's payouts. Now, the article reads as follows: A woman who received a payout from WWE boss Vince McMahon has accused McMahon, the company, and a former executive of sex trafficking in a new lawsuit that raises questions about the breadth of an internal company probe conducted by a law firm last year. Janelle Grant, a former employee at WWE's headquarters, said in a lawsuit filed Thursday, that being today, that she was abused and sexually exploited by McMahon while he was chief executive. She alleged that McMahon lured her with promises of career advancement, and then he allegedly exploited her and trafficked her to other men inside the company. Grant signed a non-disclosure agreement in 2022 in which McMahon agreed to pay $3 million for her not to discuss their relationship or to disparage him. The WWE received an anonymous tip in 2022 about the relationship and started a board investigation which uncovered other payments by the CEO to women. Grant's lawsuit said McMahon stopped making payments under the 2022 deal after the initial $1 million installment. The suit seeks to void the agreement and unspecified financial damages. McMahon and his attorney, Jerry McDevitt, didn't immediately respond to requests for comment on Thursday. Representatives for the WWE also didn't immediately respond. McDevitt said in 2022 that the woman, whose name wasn't yet public, hadn't made any allegations of harassment. In the statement, when the Wall Street Journal first reported on McMahon's $3 million settlement, WWE said the relationship was consensual and that it was taking seriously the allegations McMahon had engaged in misconduct. McMahon briefly retired from WWE in July 2022 following reporting by the Journal that revealed payouts to multiple women who had alleged sexual misconduct. The Journal reported that the board's independent directors had retained law firm Simpson Thacher and Bartlett to conduct an investigation. Simpson Thacher's investigation found $14.6 million in payments by the CEO to women who had accused him of sexual misconduct out of roughly $20 million that should have been booked as business expenses. In November 2022, WWE said the board investigation was completed and the company had restated past security filings. McMahon repaid the company for the cost of the investigation and returned soon after. The lawsuit complicates the legal picture around the 78-year-old McMahon. Federal prosecutors prosecutors have been investigating the payouts, and in July 2023, as we spoke about earlier on, agents executed a search warrant for McMahon's phone and served him with a grand jury subpoena. No charges have been brought. Quote, "Throughout this experience, I have always denied any intentional wrongdoing and continue to do so," McMahon said in 2023 about the federal probe. Quote, "I am confident that the government's investigation will be resolved without any findings of wrongdoing," end quote. The lawsuit, filed in a Connecticut federal court, describes in graphic detail Grant's account of interactions with the businessman and TV personality. She alleged that McMahon and other WWE executives locked her in an office in WWE's headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut on June 15, 2021 and took turns sexually assaulting her while other staff were working. In the middle of another workday on June 23, 2021, McMahon locked Grant inside his private locker room at WWE's offices and forced himself on her over a massage table, the suit said. Later that day, McMahon's personal assistant delivered $15,000 in Bloomingdale's gift cards to Grant in her office. The suit also includes screenshots of explicit text messages that McMahon allegedly sent to Grant. A May 2020 message said, "I'm the only one who owns you and controls you. I want to F you." Grant alleged that McMahon shared nude photos and explicit videos of her without consent with other WWE employees, unnamed executives and stars, and directed her to have sex with them. The suit cited a July 2020 text that said others at WWE wanted to have sex with her after seeing photos on McMahon's phone, and the group laughed when he told them she may scream and try and say no, although it would be difficult to say anything with a C down her throat. Obviously, you know what the C there means. Grant alleged that the company diverted attention away from McMahon's abuse by focusing on the accounting for the payouts. Others at WWE knew about McMahon's misconduct, but worked to conceal the wrongdoing, according to the suit. Simpson Thatcher didn't immediately respond to Thursday to requests for comment. McMahon, who was the controlling shareholder of WWE, returned to WWE in early 2023, elected himself to the board and replaced several directors. Upon his return, he negotiated a sale of WWE to Endeavor Group, owner of the UFC Mixed Martial Arts League. The deal gave WWE an enterprise value of $9.3 billion. McMahon is now executive chairman and a major shareholder of the combined company called TKO Group. This week, Netflix brought the rights to WWE Raw and other WWE shows in a deal valued at more than $5 billion. McMahon celebrated by ringing the opening bell with other TKO executives at the New York Stock Exchange. Grant's lawsuit alleged that she met McMahon in March 2019 after an introduction from a manager in her apartment building. McMahon lived in the penthouse of the same building, and Grant was looking for a job after her parents had died. When they met, McMahon allegedly made promises of a job at WWE and showered Grant with gifts. During meetings that were supposed to be about the job, he greeted her in his underwear and repeatedly asked for hugs. Then, the suit said he pressured her into sexual activities in return for employment and warned her to stay quiet about their interactions. Grant began working in June 2019 as an administrator coordinator, a position McMahon created for her in WWE's legal department. She said she expressed concerns that the job felt unearned, but McMahon told her that all she needed to do was not tell anyone, that it just has to look legit. Colleagues complained about overflowing inboxes, but Grant had little work. Meanwhile, McMahon allegedly sent her sexually explicit messages and his sexual demands increased. He forcefully used toys on her, including other things named in the suit that allegedly he named after WWE wrestlers, causing her bruising and bleeding, the suit says. Grant alleged that she complained to McMahon and made attempts to end the relationship. In March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Grant with other men, including other WWE executives and a former UFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was actively trying to sign to a new contract, according to the suit. In a May 2020 encounter, McMahon defecated on her head during a threesome, the suit said. Her mental and physical health deteriorated so badly that McMahon sent her in November to a celebrity doctor for sessions at an alternative clinic where she never received any receipts or bills. McMahon also paid $20,000 to a surgeon on her behalf, the suit says. McMahon recruited people to have sex with Grant as well, including WWE's former head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, who is named as a defendant in the suit. McMahon directed her to visit Laurinaitis at his hotel rooms, where she had sex with Laurinaitis prior to the start of workdays, the suit alleged. Quote, "I've left that hotel feeling bad about myself every time," Grant told McMahon. In May 2021, McMahon allegedly told Grant that her presence in the legal department was holding up the hiring of a new general counsel for the company and thus transferred her to the talent relations department, reporting to Laurinaitis. McMahon and Laurinaitis started her in a lower level position but promised that she would soon be promoted to vice president, the suit said. McMahon controlled her professional and personal lives and subjected her to degradation, according to the suit. In June 2021, an encounter inside the WWE office, the suit said McMahon and Laurinaitis forced themselves on her and took turns restraining her for the other while saying no means yes and take it. Laurinaitis, a former wrestler known as Johnny Ace and longtime WWE executive, left the company in 2022. Laurinaitis hasn't publicly commented on his departure. Laurinaitis didn't immediately respond Thursday to requests for comments. In July 2021, the suit said McMahon instructed Grant to create personalized sexual content for a WWE superstar that he was trying to re-sign. The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but described him as both a UFC fighter and WWE talent. People familiar with the matter identified the wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of WWE's biggest names. Lesnar didn't immediately respond Thursday to requests for comment. The suit said McMahon shared the explicit photos with the star and informed Grant he likes what he sees. After the star agreed to a new WWE contract, McMahon texted Grant in August 2021 to say that part of the deal was effing you. That December, McMahon gave Grant's personal cell phone number to the WWE star, the lawsuit said. The wrestler asked her to send a video of herself urinating, the suit said, and after she did, he called her a B. You know what the B stands for. That same month, the suit said, the star expressed a desire to set a play date, but a snowstorm disrupted his travel plans. In January 2022, the suit said, McMahon told Grant that his wife, Linda McMahon, had discovered the relationship and pressured Grant to sign an NDA in exchange for payments. The CEO warned Grant of reputational ruin that included pornographic content he had of her. He paid her about $1 million in February, the suit said, and later stopped making the payments. After Grant signed the NDA, McMahon continued the abuse, according to the suit. It alleged that he forced Grant to perform oral sex on him the last time they met, and then attempted to traffic her to the WWE star in March 2022. She texted the star explicit photos as directed by McMahon, but they didn't meet, the suit said. The lawsuit seeks a judgment that the NDA is invalid under state and federal law and compensatory and punitive damages under other laws, including the Trafficking Victims Probation Act. So again, there's a lot in there. Apologies if some of that is quite triggering. As I mentioned, viewer discretion certainly be advised when it comes to that. But what are your thoughts about this lawsuit? What do you think it means for WWE? What do you think it means for Vince McMahon? What do you think it possibly means for Brock Lesnar? What do you think it means for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania coming up later on? What do you think this is going to lead to? Let me know your thoughts and reaction, as always, in the comment section below. Of course, if we get any more information on the fallout, the reaction to this, will of course let you know in due course. Just to something before we finish off as well. This is a statement that comes from Ann Callis of the Holland law firm, who is representing Janelle Grant, of course, the person who's filed the lawsuit today. They have said, quote, today's complaint seeks to hold accountable two WWE executives who sexually assaulted and trafficked plaintiff Janelle Grant, as well as the organization that facilitated or turned a blind eye to the abuse and then swept it under the rug. She is an incredibly private and courageous person who has suffered deeply at the hands of Mr. McMahon and Mr. Laurinaitis. Ms. Grant hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. The organization is well aware of Mr. McMahon's history of depraved behavior, and it's time that they take responsibility for the misconduct of its leadership. So, as I mentioned, if we get any more information, any more fallout about this as the day goes on, of course, we'll let you know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.